Evening all. I'm going to talk about two things, hopefully not too long. Three things. Once you start exercising, your tendency will be to want to walk on concrete, asphalt, uh, even ground. There's a good chance if you're walking somewhere during shit hits the fan, you probably won't. So after you get from whatever state you're in to a better state, start walking in uneven ground, and then start walking with a pack in uneven ground. So that leads into the next thing. You need to be very careful not to twist your ankle, not to fall down, not to get superficial cuts. I'm fairly sturdy, as in I can get, like last week I had 4 or 5 little cuts on my left hand because I was doing some work, and get around metal and you're going to get cut. So, but getting around rusty metal and getting cut is a bad deal. All right. I mentioned getting your tetanus diphtheria shot last year, I think. So it's one of those shots that's good for like 10 years. So one of the things I would recommend that you carry in your get home bag is a little container of alcohol to sanitize and disinfect minor cuts, and then maybe some Bacitracin or triple antibiotic ointment. And you don't really have to put a lot of that on there once you hit it with alcohol. And if it's a bleeder, let it bleed a little bit. Not giving medical advice, just giving first aid. If your body's bleeding, part of the bleeding process is it flushes the wound, but you don't want to let it bleed too much if it's a big bleeder, all right? So, having said that, after you rinse it with clean water, sometimes you have to apply pressure to get the bleeding to stop. Once the bleeding stops, or before the bleeding stops, put some alcohol on it, which will burn like hell, and then pressure, get it to stop bleeding, and then, assuming it won't come back open, or if it does, also carry some super glue, and you can super glue the wound shut, and then leave it open to the air. But really, really, really be mindful of twisting your ankle. Like for me, I am frequently 25 miles away from my house. So if something shitty happens and I have to walk and I twist my ankle in the first fucking mile or the first 10 miles and I still got 15 to go, that will make it near impossible to navigate. Especially if it's a really, 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 really good twist and you're limping and you can barely walk. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that when you're traveling. Be mindful of that when you're training, okay? There's a reason Moose Preparedness back east is saying good shoes, outdoor clothes, long pants, even in the summer, gloves, and your get home bag, whatever's in it. And there's mountains of videos on get home bags. I did one. I made one for my wife, made one for me. So hers is different because she's lost in the sauce. She can navigate a map, but she can't tell you where the fuck she is in town. So, unless she has a map. I love her to death, but that's just the way that is. So, information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Share the love. Chief Prepper, out.